thought working harder would save me. So I moved back in with my parents, cut out all distractions, and grinded for years. No parties, no breaks, just hustle. Here's the catch. I didn't make any progress. Nothing clicked for me until I did the exact opposite. When I stopped working so much, that's when I finally got clients for my business and started seeing progress. So if you're stuck working really hard and not getting anywhere, this is why. Now I'm going to show you 3 ways you can escape this grind 24/7 trap before it burns you out. And the first thing we gotta talk about is the 80-20 rule. So this rule basically states the big comes from the small. So 80% of the things you get comes from 20% of the things you do. For instance, 80% of crimes are committed by 20% of criminals. You hang with 20% of your friends 80% of the time. You can even switch the equation. You can even say you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. 80% of the wealth in this world is held by 20% of the people. So this 80-20 rule is just showing you that to get to the big outcomes in your life, all you gotta do is focus on the small things that will get you there. Now, the only problem with working hard all the time and always grinding is that the only way you can work hard and grind nonstop is if you focus on the 80% of things that will give you 20%. So what I was doing for a long time was I was working so hard and barely seeing progress because I was working on the 80% of things, the shallow tasks that don't matter, that would give me barely any results. But when I learned the 80-20 rule and learned that all I gotta do is find the vital key behaviors and do that, I switched. I stopped working so hard, and instead I focused on doing the 20% of things that would get me the 80% results. And for me, the results I want is more clients, my business. So I stopped working so hard. I remember I was like doing 100 reach outs on TikTok. I was posting blogs on Reddit and other sites. I'm on all these other social medias, just trying to get my name out there, trying to reach somebody. But when I thought about the 80-20 rule and how can I use that to get my business and get clients for me, all I thought was, okay, let me just hop on YouTube and just post videos and script. That's it. So literally all I do is post videos and script and live life, because when you finish those, it doesn't take long. You have the rest of the week to do whatever you want. So I just live life. So for you, how can you use the 80-20 rule in your favor? You gotta find your key behaviors. What are the 1 to 3, no more than 3 things you can do to reach your goal? And for you to be able to even have the key behaviors, you have to know what your goal is. Now, if you don't know what your goal is, then this isn't gonna work for you. Like I told you, my goal is to get clients for my business. So I know the key behaviors is to just post content and script so I can have more content to post. And that's the first thing. And once you make this shift, you're going to have so much more free time on your hands, because there's no point for you to work so much doing all these other things, because all the things you're doing, if it's not the 1 to 3 key behaviors, you're just wasting your time, because you're not going to get much result from that. You're not going to get anything from that. So focus on the 20%. Now, next thing you want to do is improve your ability to do deep work. So, like last week, my girl, she went to the store. She had to get groceries, but I stayed home because I wanted to finish up these modules I was getting paid to do. Like, I was getting paid to do this girl's homework, but I was so over it. I had 2 more modules to go. There was like 12 assignments that I had to go through, and they were long, okay? I don't know why the school system just makes you do long, irrelevant work, but that was the case. So normally it takes me 1 hour to get through one section of 6 assignments, and then another hour for the next 6. But when my girl went to the store, she was only gone for like 30 minutes. When she came back, I had finished everything. I finished 2 hours of work in 30 minutes. And the only reason I was able to do that was because I was deeply focused. I was doing deep work. Deep work allows you to get so much done in a short amount of time, just like I'm doing right now. Me recording videos is my deep work. It is 6:04 a.m. and I'm probably gonna finish this around 7:10. So I'll have recorded 4 videos in the 10 to 12 minute range within this time period. So I have knocked out my goal of getting 4 videos, and then all I gotta do is upload them and I'll be done. All within an hour, maybe an hour 20 minutes. When most people, it will take them weeks to just get 1 video. Why? It's because they don't focus. They are distracted. And that's the worst thing you can do when you're trying to make progress and not spend all day working. If you don't focus, if you don't cut out all distractions, if you don't lock in on one thing, it's gonna take you hours. If my girl had left and instead of being deeply focused on the work, I would have just been texting occasionally and playing with the cat and getting up and taking little breaks, it would have taken me 2 hours to get that stuff done. But because I did deep work and focused only on that, I was able to get it done in a short amount of time. So for you to use deep work, all you gotta do is focus, cut out all distractions and focus. And actually, I made a guidebook on how to focus, how to cut out all distractions and stuff. I'm gonna put that in my bio, so go find that if you really want to learn more about this. But that's that. Now, the last thing we have to cover. So we figured out the 80-20 rule and deep work. The last thing I want you to do that will help you, that will save you, because working hard is not going to save you. Playing, right? Playing. What did they say? Work hard, play hard? Yeah. So the first two that we talked about, finding your vital few behaviors, your key behaviors, and doing deep work, that's the working part. You're working. You're doing what you got to do. You're doing the 20% that's going to get you the 80% of the results you want. Now you got to play. We are meant for play. We're not meant to work. Work is nice and it fulfills us, but it's not like a basic need. If I took work away from you, you're not going to get sick. Like if I took food away from you. And there may be some like disagreement, because I know there are some studies that say once people go into retirement, they're more likely to die and all that stuff. But I truly don't believe that work is necessary for humans to flourish. Not the type of work that we view as work. Like, yeah, work for like your needs, like to get your water and like hunt and all this stuff that keeps you alive. But beyond working for survival, I hate to say survival, because like you don't really have to survive, because the universe provides everything. You don't need anything because you have it. But anyway, let me get off. I'm rambling. Ultimately, you want to play because play is essential. And before I get too deep into it, this is a good book to read if you want to get back into playing and discover how important play is for you. But last week, I took my girl out to the zoo, and we went to a Mexican restaurant, and we just hung out. Like, it was just such a fun day. And I hadn't done any work up to that point. Actually, I do think I did some. No, in the morning, I had found some titles to my YouTube videos. But other than that, I was just out having fun, playing with the kangaroos, looking at the snake, feeding the llamas. Like, it was a great time. Now, this was the same day where I was working on my assignments while she was at the store. And one thing I noticed was that it was 10 times easier to focus after I had played. It was so easy. Like, I'm straining through this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate this. Why did I agree to this? Like, it's so much. But after playing all day, work was so much easier. Now, if work feels hard for you, it might be because that's all you're doing. And that's something I did a lot. Like, I never valued play, not until this recent, like, past year. But they say, work hard, play hard. We have got to add a play back into our life, because play allows you to completely detach from the work, which gives you time to fully recharge, so that when you come back to the work, you can go in 100%. That's why play is so essential. So the tool I can give you for like how to play is to literally just play. Like, that's why I said read this book if you want to get more insight, because how can I break down playing for you? I mean, we're close towards the end of the video, so I'm not going to break it down too much, but just have it in your mind that you don't want to work all the time. You want to have time to enjoy life, live life, and play through life. And an example of what I'm doing right now is that I'm working on an EP. It's gonna have 7 songs, and like for an hour every day, I'm like making music and trying to find beats and writing down lyrics, and it's so fun. I've made 5 songs now. Well, I'm working on the 5th one, so I got 2 more to do, and then I'm gonna hit up the studio. But like, I'm going through my days and I'm like working and stuff, but towards the end, I'm like so excited because I'm gonna be able to just forget about work, not think about YouTube, not think about anything, and just focus on making music and having fun. And that's just one form of play for me. But I have so many other forms of play throughout my day. Like today, I took off work today so I can go visit my friends and spend some time with them, just enjoying life. Like that's how important fun is. That's how important it is to play, because now me having this day off, like I'm recording videos now before I go off with them, but me having this day off and having fun with them, when I come back tomorrow to either write scripts or find video ideas, whatever, I'm gonna come back with some newfound energy. Now, you are completely open to continue working hard. I'm telling you, that won't get you anywhere. So it's more beneficial for you to find the key behaviors that will get you where you want to go, to focus on that, do some deep work, and then when you're done, stop working and instead start playing and living your life. And I promise you, if you do that, it will save you.